Bang. Neevesknives. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Live on Neevesknives. How's everybody doing? So I'm sure you guys already know the giveaway video is up on YouTube. So you guys can go and enter it if you haven't yet. I'm sure you guys already have, though. I'm going to talk about this GoFundMe a couple times in this video. A guy part of the knife community, somebody that I know very well. I've even met up with him a couple times because he comes through my area often. He's a trucker, so as we all know, we need truckers out there, right? Very important people. And CHUCKIT, you guys probably know him pretty well. I mean, he's in the comments all the time. He's been around for a while. So CHUCKIT got hurt pretty bad. He's going to be down for like 9 weeks or something. You can check out the GoFundMe. I did link it. It'd be awesome if you guys supported. I just donated, and it's weird. I can't see my name in there, but maybe I went under anonymous by accident or something. But anyways, anything will help, I'm sure. So if you can spare a dollar, spare a dollar. If you can spare 10, spare 10 or whatever. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it. And I think it's important to support the people of this community, right? These are our people, right? And if we're not taking care of them, who is, right? So that's the way it goes. And one day it might be you. So that's the best way to look at it. That's the way I look at it. I always thought about like one day, what if I need to do this? Like God forbid, everybody hopes like hopefully I'll never have to do that. But God forbid if you did have to do that, you would hope that the people would support. But yes, please hit that like button. So how's everybody doing tonight? It's been a crazy week for me. I didn't even see the damn eclipse. I was just, I've been so busy the past 3 days. Like I've just been going nonstop from like the time my eyes open, bink, to the time they fucking close. I mean, the other night I think I got 2 hours of sleep, and I was still going. What's going on, Clavid? What is going on? So I had a video made. I was going to try to post it tonight, but I can't because it got messed up or something. But so now got to fix it. But talking about the talking about the tactile Chupacabra in Magna Cut Steel 63 to 64 HRC. I do got the first impressions going up now. It'll be up tomorrow. Pisses me off because I was ready for it to go up too, but had a little problem. But anyways, what a badass knife. There is one issue with it though, and I talk about it in my first impressions. There's actually two issues, and I was surprised to see Cole from Tri-State EDC didn't call it out. Starting to think he's just shilling. Starting to think he's a shill. Because to me it's an easy call out, but hey, maybe he got a fixed one. Maybe that's the case. I got 2 of them though. Both of mine are the same, but maybe his is fixed. Anyways, the issue that I do have, they're fixing it. So I'm not saying an issue on mine. I'm saying an issue on all of them. So they're I'll just tell you guys, the jimping is so slippery. Like this thing, like you'll fail it constantly because you just slip right off because there's no traction and it's at an angle, and there's tension there. So you almost got to like dig in there. All they have to do is just put sharp jimping. That's it. Literally, sharp jimping will fix it 100%, and they already are doing that. So it's not a big deal at all. These will be available tomorrow. So maybe it's a blessing my video didn't go up. So my video will be up tomorrow if you guys want to see that, and then maybe buy one. I fucking love it, man. I think that this thing, like I said, they fixed the jimping. One other thing that I would love to see is a little texturing around the thumb stud. I'm not sure if they're going to do that or not. I did call Mike and tell him that I think they should do that. We'll see if they do that or not. But if they just did those 2 things, holy shit, is this such a good knife? I mean, like just an absolute banger. Everybody, we all love the Vision, right? This is a USA made Vision, basically. It's even better because it doesn't have the holes. It doesn't have a clip on the spine. The clip is in a great place with this one. So and it's USA made in Magna Cut, 63 to 64 HRC. And Tactile does a really good job with their Magna Cut. With their rock wall, when they first started out with that, they were on the softer side, just like everybody else that did Magna Cut when it first came out. But they got it right on the what was it, the Maverick? The Maverick, they swapped it, and they did pretty good with the cut test. Will it cost a mortgage payment? $250, which, you know, for USA made, good, well heat treated Magna Cut, small batches, small company, new company, snack design. It's not too fucking bad. Not too bad. Now I know people are screaming at this like, oh, it's $500-$600 or, you know, whatever, and they're upset at that. I personally don't think it's overpriced, and I'm not saying that just because, you know, like I have a knife channel and everything and blah 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 blah. I'm saying it based on what I would compare it to. So that's all I can do, right? Like, if it stood out to me, if I sat here and thought about, okay, what are the knives that I put this in the league of, and I set them all out here, most of the ones I put it in the same league of are more money. So you know what I mean? So like it kind of makes sense. And then when you consider everything else that I just mentioned, you know, small batch, you know, small company, new company, USA made, well heat treated Magna Cut, crazy machining, you know, the designer, very popular designer. So everything put together, man. Yeah, it might be $500-$600, but so a Koenig Arius is like 1,000, right? What is a Holt? 1,000. What is what else is there? The Rosies, what are those? 1,000, right around. I mean, this thing is just butter, man. Beautiful knife too. Beautiful machining. With inflation, that's reasonable. That's what I was thinking. I mean, I'm happy with $250. Okay, put it this way. Check this out. Damn it, I can't think of the name now. Son of a bitch. High Water? Somebody remind me. High Water, I think, or something like that. Knives. Am I right about that? High Water? This is a button lock knife. USA made, aluminum handles, and S35 VN. This is around the same price as that. So, and to be honest, this is a million times better. This is good. This is really good. And man, he does a good detent on his button locks. He makes them nice and strong, nice and stout. I'm guessing so they can just break into, you know, because springs always break in. But once this thing is fixed with the jimping, there's no stopping this thing. And you can reverse flick off the blade pretty easily. And I love that blade shape. Sheep's foot blade shape is like my favorite. So like my favorite is a balance between a spear point and a sheep's foot, basically, or like a spear foot, I guess. Which this, you know, this is basically just a sheep's foot, but you know, if it's a sheep's foot or a spear point or a low tip drop point, those are my favorites. I feel like you get the best of all the worlds with that blade shape. Michael George says, great blade shape. Yes, absolutely. Nico, shout out to Finland. Shout out to you, man. Max Ace Black Mirror Blade. Yeah, I mean, you could say that. You know what else you could say? Griptilian. It's a Griptilian blade shape. What? Better when it was hollow. Better. Damn right it is. Or was. Man, you're doing the giveaway on my birthday? You like that? I knew it was your birthday. Well, no, we're pulling it in 7 days. So what time does the Chupacabra drop? Noon. 12 o'clock noon. But hey, since I just told you that, make sure you use my damn link. What? Oh, I don't know what time zone. Well, I'll tell you what time zone. Hang on a second. I got Mike right here. CST. Is that Central? Central Standard Time. So 12 o'clock noon, my time. What was I going to say? Yeah, make sure you use my damn link. I'll try to post a video up before that time. So like right when it drops, my video will go up. But yeah, so watch for the video and look for the link. Maybe I'll do a post too or something. I like the Elementum S35 with the camo fat carbon. Which one is that? Is it the button lock one? Must be the button lock one. What's up, Victor? Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate it. Love the channel, man. Helped a lot with some solid choices. Well, thank you, man. And that's awesome, man. I'm glad the channel could help. I try. I definitely try. I got some really, really badass videos coming up too, guys. I got a bunch of stuff in the works. I got a fixed blade video coming up with like big choppers, kind of, I guess you could say, survival knives, right? Survival knives. But you know, there's going to be a lot put into the video. I got a sword video coming up, a battle ready sword. I don't even, you know, fuck with swords really. There's only been like one ever on the channel, but we're going to do a cool video with that one. Also, we are going to be doing obviously more sharpening videos, of course. But we're going to be doing a lot more testing too. So I want to continue getting this exact same cardboard and continue doing the testing, continue testing locks and all that. It's the 10-year anniversary Elementum I told you about. They're only making two. Oh, that one. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I didn't get that one. I got that 601, and I posted it yesterday. The 601 in the Yardbird. But yeah, shout out to We Knife Co. It is their 10-year anniversary, and for 10 days they are giving people's money back. So if, well, not everybody, they're picking one person a day to give up to $300 back on. Watch, the guy who wins only bought like $130 knife. They bought a Wee Banter. They're gonna be like, yes. Just got that 10-year anniversary Elementum. It's just an Elementum, but it looks so cool. Well, the Elementum's a badass knife, so nothing wrong with just an Elementum. I enters with my name first, but then with my YouTube name, will I still be able to win it? Yes, absolutely. If I see you win, I'll make sure of it, man. Just get a hold of me. But you know, the people that are going to have to worry is like the people that don't watch the channel, the people that don't know how to get a hold of me or anything like that. And it's not that they're going to have to worry, I'm saying, but they need to make sure they put in the fucking right information, because if I pull the name and then he goes to look it up and the name doesn't exist, then how can we find it? You know, we're not going to be able to find it if your handle is throwing knives and your real name is Bob. What? No, I put YouTube name. I put it on there. I just got the 10-year anniversary. I read that one. That fucker Metal Complex got 0001. He would, that some bitch. I put Brett LCV. Okay, sorry, I'm late. My fat ass got hungry again. Well, gotta eat. Which one, Nixusia? Oh man, the Nixusia. The Nixusia. Well, I'll tell you what, the one and only is really good too. So I would say the 601 is a great knife. It is really good. Great flipping action. The thing is that the Nixusia at least has multiple deployments. Now the secondary deployment is like, I would say it's like 70%, while the flipper tab's 100%. So, but with the one and only, it's flipper only, and the 601's flipper only. So I would go with the Nixusia out of those. Between the one and only and the 601, I think the one and only will do better in the long run, but it's tough, man. It's hard to say because that 601 is dope. And it was very popular when it first came out. You know, that was like one of their first knives. The Ziphius is badass. I love the damn Ziphius. If I win, I'll be good for the rest of my life. You'll be buying a knife the very next day. Sorry, I read that one. I keep reading comments double. Oh, here they come. Oh, they just fly in. Is a solid modern. The Elementum is a solid modern classic. My favorite Civivi is the Praxis though. Both of them are dope. I also like the Backlash. I wish they didn't discontinue it, but that was a great one. Mine came with my name and just went first name Kelly. Didn't think about it, then went back and put in my YouTube name by my Yahoo address and was like, should I do my Google email? Do whatever email they can get a hold of you at, but the name, just make sure it matches your YouTube handle. What? Yeah, no. The problem is how are they going to find the email if they don't have the name? No, babe. I understand that, but baby. Okay. Yeah. When I do the random giveaway, I'm going to randomly pick a name from the comments, and you guys are going to watch. I'll do it live. I'll have a random comment generator, so we'll all do it together. So, like I said, I'm not pulling names out of a hat or nothing that all say Jared on there. But so when I do that, when Phil goes to find the name, right, to contact him and give him, and send him an email and say you won, if you can't find your name because your name, like I said, is throwing knives on here, and the name you put inside the thing was Bob, well, that's not going to come up. So just make sure you put your handle. And if you messed up, just do it again. It ain't gonna, it's not gonna matter. The thing is if you leave multiple comments in my comment section, it's only gonna pick one of them. But with his email list, it don't matter. So just do it again. Yes.
They forgot to put their YouTube name on the website prompt.
Yeah.
So they can comment their real name, so that then when we pull the comment, we can find their real name on the site. Did you get it?
Yeah, but they would have already commented.
They forgot.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, you guys will be all right. Everything will work out good. I don't even want to think about shopping for that. That's gotta weigh what, 50 pounds? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's yeah, it's pretty heavy. Introduced my little sister to your videos and thinks you're awesome. Shout out to the little sis. Shout out to the little sis. Where is the link in the well, this isn't the giveaway. The video was posted earlier today, so it's in the video. Just go to the description, or I put it in the comments too, but it's not here. Go over there. You got to go watch that video, and yeah, and hit the like button and all that stuff. Do you still carry the Igneo? No, I don't. Let me get a refresher on it, but I know I don't. Yeah, so I got it. So I pulled it out the other day, and it's a cool knife. I actually thought about it the other day. I was like, man, I need to do another video on this thing because it's pretty cool. My problem with it is the lock bar access. It's a slim knife. So it's slim this way and it's slim this way and this way. So that's my only problem with it. Pause. This isn't the giveaway. Yeah, this isn't the giveaway. Yeah, it should be for royal or loyal watchers and not somebody just here for a free knife. There you go. Well, the point of, all this is to, to obviously give support to, the companies that are all involved. So, regardless if it's somebody who watches the channel, but yes, obviously I would prefer it to be somebody who supports and watches the channel. And most likely it will be, because the majority of the people that are going to enter it are going to be that. This is a massive community. Obviously, there's going to be some drifters. Not that there's anything wrong with drifting, but obviously there's going to be some. Here's only 2 reasons I hate Texas: high ass taxes and noisy neighbors. Texas has high taxes. That sucks. Yeah, you guys got a lot of people. You guys are shipping them over here to Chicago. What's that? No, I'm talking about Texas. They're shipping. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about the fucking the migrants or the illegal immigrants. Jim, thank you, man. Appreciate the 5 memberships. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. Make sure you guys have your ability to accept donations and stuff on, because sometimes you have to turn it on. Make sure you have that so that you can accept gifts, and then you can sometimes get, like Jim just donated 5 memberships, so 5 people are going to be members now, and that means they can enter a giveaway for free. 2 giveaways we do a month, and we do 2 live sharpenings a month. How many knives do I own? That's tough. It's tough, probably more than that. It depends on what day. It's probably 1,000 or more. But a lot of them, you know, they're for giveaways. Some of them I'm saving to sell. Some of them are don't touch their caras. Some of them are I might sell one day. Some of them are special, you know. Some of them are definitely don't touch their caras. That's like 70% of them. I found out. Michael Sawyer. Hey, not to be weird, but where's Kara been? She used to pop in for most streams, but hasn't been around for anything I've watched recently. Just wondering. What? Don't do that. Don't do that. I know it is. I know it's a joke, but they don't know that. We actually have a banger fragrance we're going to talk about here in a minute. But she can hear you. She's right here. She can hear you. Is that another one? Is that the same one? No, that's the same one. Oh wait, holy shit. James K gifted 10 Neevesknives memberships as well. How am I missing this? Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. There it is. Thank you, James. Shout out to James, man. It's a big donation, man. I appreciate it, man. You are awesome. Yeah, I wish. Got an email from Kunwu, and it said shipping from Queens, New York. I thought they shipped from China. Yeah, they not all of them, but a lot. Yeah. Oh man, this flipper tab is awfully slippery. I might add some jimping on that fucker. But yeah, so what's happening is most companies, not all, but a lot of them have USA distributors. That's why I was telling you guys about these stones, right? The new sharpening stones, they're made in Ukraine, but they're making a supplier, a warehouse or whatever here in the USA, and so the name and everything is going to be that, right? So it's like USA Market or whatever. So that is where they're going to ship from. So you don't have to wait, you know, for wars to end or wait, 3 weeks for it to ship to your house. So they'll already be here in the States. Same thing with a lot of the knives you see, they're already here. If you see them for sale, they're already here, unless they say pre-order. That's when they're still over there. I've been carrying the Trivisa Lynx and S35 Black Micarta, man. I love that blade shape. Trivisa has been knocking it out of the park lately. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones from them is the Lynx. That's a good one. There's no customer support with Italian knives. I don't know, man. I don't know. What? Yes, Giant Mouse is Italian. Lion Steel, MKM. Who else? What? Yeah, it depends on which company you're talking about. I think Giant Mouse would be all right, but I kind of feel what you mean. I've had some trouble contacting a lot of the Italian companies. I finally got a hold of Lion Steel after like 3 years. So yeah, hopefully we're in contact with them. Speaking of fragrances, I just got the blue thing. Smells phenomenal. Well, that's what I got. You're talking about Dylan Blue. Yes, that's a beautiful fragrance. Badass fragrance. Smells phenomenal. Very citrusy. And I also got a thing from a missus, which is kind of smells like a waterfall. Well, don't go chasing waterfalls. Um, I'm guessing you're talking about Versace Dylan Blue. That is a phenomenal fragrance. The one we got today, we're going to talk about, is a budget banger, but a banger. It's like $20 for a big bottle like this, but it is damn good. Really, really good. And it's going to be good for everybody. It's a perfect office or gym or work fragrance. So, do you have any idea if Tactile is fixing the jimping? Yeah, so that's what they said. I don't know. So I asked him. He said yes, they were. I talked to Marine X. Marine X went and visited them 2 days ago. So he was there at the shop, and he said they were busting ass to take care of it. So I'm guessing that meant that it's going to be on this one. Maybe you can ask. You know, reach out and ask. I asked, and they said they're taking care of it. But you know, I didn't directly ask if it's going to be taken care of on the first drop. I imagine it will be, but yeah, if it was on me, I'll be honest. If it didn't, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take it, to be honest. If it doesn't have the jimping, it's very annoying. It's so slippery. Like if my hands were wet, I couldn't even close it. It is slick as, and there's pressure, so it's like, you know, that's annoying, but it's really good, and you can tell, like, with just a little bit of traction, man, this fucker's gonna be badass. I do have a jimping maker though, and so I can put the jimping on there myself, and this is, you know, this isn't gonna be like this steel, you know. I mean, it's hard steel. I'm sure it's hardened, but you know, it's gonna be a simple hard steel. So I don't know. I wonder what their lock bars are made out of, because on this one, the steel lock bar insert's 14C28M, which is dope, right? But anyways, yeah, I might just put them on myself and try it out. Maybe I'll do that tonight or tomorrow. To be honest, if I win the big box, I'll gladly take a few of those knives, but Jared could move on the rest to some of you fine people. Well, good luck. Good luck to everybody. I mean, I'm sure whoever wins is most likely going to gift a couple of the knives to some of their friends and family, because you know, you got 9 elementums, actually 11 with the 2 minis, but 9 regular elementums, some button locks and some liner locks. So do you need all those elementums? No, but it is cool to have, because then when you mess one up, you always got another. That's one thing, and that is like the best gift knife. Like that's the knife that I get like family members often, like my uncles and stuff. I've given like 2 or 3 of them away so far, maybe more than that. Just dropped in to say, hey, got to start getting ready for work. One question. I put my name instead of YouTube name. Well, just go do it again and put your YouTube name. Go do it again. It's okay. You don't have to leave another comment on my channel. Just go resubmit your email again with your name. That way, when he looks it up, both of the things will pop up and he'll see it. And I'll tell him that he's going to have some doubles. So it's no problem. Just go and just redo it. You got 70 or 7 days. 70. Yeah, 7 days. All I hear is bees going chippy, 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 chippy. Is that what he does? He goes chippy, chippy. It's in reference to your recent comparison video. How many feet of cardboard would a typical utility knife cut through? So the one thing that a typical utility knife has going for it is 2 things. It has a very, 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 very thin blade. So that right there maximizes edge retention. Number 2, it has a very, very, very low edge angle. Like if you look if you look at a utility blade, look at how big the bevel is. It's a big bevel. The only way it can be that big on something that thin is if it's a very low angle. So because of those 2 things, it has way more than if you took that same blade steel and put it in a blade like this. You put it in a blade like this, I would say it's going to get probably 30, 40, maybe 50 or 60 feet. With a utility blade, it'll probably get like 150, maybe 200. It depends though, because here's the thing. Those blades are not all made equally. So some of the blades, like especially like the cheap, like dollar store ones, those ones are going to go duller a lot faster. And it's all about the burr removal and the bevel setting. They have robots making them. There's like robots that are grinding them, sharpening them, everything. So, it's just a machine. And obviously the more affordable ones are pumped out a lot faster, and the machines probably aren't as good. The more expensive ones will probably be a little bit more checked and scrutinized. And the burr removal is going to be very important. What's up, Dan? Shout out to Dan Cad. If I win, I'm keeping the box, and we're giving all the knives away. It's a damn good box. I'll say that. Damn good box. Now he's gonna be mad when he wins. Like, damn it, I gotta give all these badass knives away. The Elementum is such a badass knife. I love it. I've been looking for some kind of jimping maker or guide. What kind of thing are you using? I'll just grab it real quick. All right, so it is this. I'll maybe link it in tomorrow's video or something. You can literally look it up if you go into the Neevesknives store. Just go to the Neevesknives store and go to the top search bar and just put in jimping for knife making tool or something, and it'll pop up. That's how I found it. It's when you touch it, it's very sharp. Like this is like sticky. Like it'll almost stick to your finger. Like if I let go, like it almost sticks to you. It's very, very sharp. And what is it? It's almost like needles is what it feels like. But it's just a bunch of milling tracks. So I don't want to do it on this knife right now, but you have to the problem is you need to clamp whatever you're going to do and figure out a way to get this on like a track. Once you start the jimping, it'll be fine. It's the first part before you've like really cut it in. So you want to, let me see if I have something. So when you first, what? Just a Trivisa. So you're gonna want to clamp the knife, and you're gonna want to figure out a way to get this on some sort of track. Even if you have to put something on the spine to just go like this or to rub next to it so that you can just line it right up like a piece of wood or something, because it's gonna be slippery at first. This is a pretty simple steel. Oh, wow, that's actually working a little bit better than I thought it was gonna. That was only just a couple scratches. So, it's going to take a long time though. This is hardened steel. Like this is more simple. This is D2. So D2 is a hard steel. So, but when you start talking about doing super hard steels with high wear resistance, it's going to be a son of a bitch. It'll take a little while. So make sure, you have your shit locked in. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it, brother. Todd, he's the man. Todd's on top of that shit. By the way, guys, I'm going to say it again. In the description, there is a link to a GoFundMe to CHUCKIT's GoFundMe. He just go look at it. He got all fucked up, and he's not going to be around. He's not going to be able to walk for probably 9 weeks or something. If you guys don't know what he does, he's a trucker. Me and him have met up a few times. He comes through the area because he's a trucker. So we've met up a few times in Chicago, and Great guy, man. Great guy. And, you know, he's a trucker. So it's like, you know, we need our truckers, right? We need to support our truckers. And he's going to be down and out for a while, you know, obviously not making money. So if you guys have anything you guys can support with, it's in the description, the GoFundMe. I'm sure he would appreciate any sort of support. Chris Jones, thank you, brother. Has been a member for 15 months. It asks for my first name and email address. So I put my YouTube name in the box where it asks for my first name. There you go. That's what you want to do. The thing is that it's filled out for a regular email list, you know? So that's kind of the point of it, is to do an email list. So the companies could email you and tell you about deals and sales and stuff like that. So that's what it's about. But it doesn't matter if you put your YouTube name, that then he can find it, right? That's the point, is that as long as you put the YouTube name, then he'll be able to locate you if you win, because he won't. We got to verify that you did the link. Otherwise, we got to redraw because we can't get a hold of you. So we'll know right away. You know, I'm going to literally call him during the live. Can you get those files with different size gas? Yeah, I think so. Let's look. Why don't we just look? I'm gonna pull you guys in. I haven't found it yet, but so I'm not just sitting here looking at the screen myself. I don't see it yet. Oh, I put jumping. That's why. Jimping for knife making. Oh, jimping make jimping file. Yes, here we go. Okay, so I'm sure there'll be different patterns. Yeah, this one's a very fine one. You see, look at the top corner. You see that little thing, that little square thing up at the top corner? That is the pattern. So you can see that's very tight jimping. So that's going to be super fine. That actually might be what I need. I should maybe I should have got that one. Which one did I just click on? Okay, that's that one. Let's see this one. Okay, this one's a bit wider, so not as fine. But the one I bought was like 15 bucks. So these ones are pretty crazy. But the reason why the more expensive ones are more expensive is because they last a lot longer. So just know that it's better steel, just like anything, better steel, right? Here is, this just looks like a file. Available for lower price. Yeah, that's just for smoothing shit. Let's see here. I'm trying to look for the one that I tool for making jimping on metal. No. We'll have to go on knives. Jimmy Stamp sandpaper. It's crazy that it just didn't pop up. I mean, I just bought it. Oh, it keeps on changing it to jumping. That's why. What the fuck? No, did it. Same thing. Same damn thing. Well, we did find the ones, but they do have jimping file. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're in business. So this one's 38. That's not too bad of a price. Oh, this is the one I bought right here. So this is 38 bucks. This is the exact one I have. You can see mine is actually pretty fine. Yes, sir. But yeah, you can see there's different ones here. USA, it looks like. That one looks, maybe that's the same one. But anyways, you see him here. I'll link it in the chat. So if you guys want to get them there, it's in the chat right now. I'll put it in the description of the video too. At the very top. Don't forget, I should have put help Chuck. Let me move this. So remember, I got that fundraiser for CHUCKIT in the description. So definitely check that out if you guys have the ability. Let me pull this out. All right, I need to catch up. I know I'm late. I cut a file down to use my TS Prof for really hard work. So I would do the same thing with that. Have you sharpened PM60 yet? I don't think so. What's up, Pro Knife Sharpening? Says had to change my make because Google kept blacklisting me. Now I can get back to making videos and start working again. That sucks, man. That does suck, man. It's tough to get out of too. Anytime that happens to somebody, it is very hard. Like I heard of somebody, it taken them 2 years to finally get their shit back, like, you know, going normal. Just got Vossi Thunderbird and L Max in titanium. Pretty awesome knife. Yeah. Yeah, the titanium ones have the better detents too. I'm right by Snapdragon Stadium. Oh, you guys are you're talking to Dan Cab. Josh is a son of a bitch. I'll try the winnings for one-on-one, helping me with making my channel better. Chris Jones with the 2 bones. If I win, I'm sure you know how to get at me. I'll figure it out, that's for sure. It might take a while though. Yeah. Might take a few months. I still got one of his knives I'm working on for now for a couple months. You got a milling machine that'll do it? That's cool. That's really cool. I got a workbench on the way and a blasting like a sandblasting machine. So I got just a small one, but I want to try it out, you know, because I figured one, you know, it's cheap, man. It's like $100 or something. It was like really cheap, like $120. So it's not expensive. And if it works well, it'd be pretty cool for anybody doing modding or anything like that. You know, obviously, if you're really doing like crazy amounts of work, you want to get, you know, a higher quality one, but this is probably good enough for most people. And having a blasting machine gives you a lot of potential to do a lot of different things. You know, like just clean even like the surface of this, right? So say over time I've scratched the shit out of it. Well, I could throw it in the blasting machine and just blast it, take like 3 minutes and just blast the shit out of it and have it back to a brand new surface. And then I got that big ass workbench. So I'm still blacklisted from the YouTube maps, and they still have my website locked down. Been over a year, so I'm glad to get rolling, at least on YouTube. Maybe Google Maps up soon. That sucks, man. That really sucks. Let's see here. Another question: what type of gravity knife would you recommend? The Reate. If you want to get a good one, I would say get the EXO. That's the best one. Now, I do have, but I don't have it sitting here. I have that that Dragonfly. That's really cool, the Dragonfly, and it's like $60. But this is way higher quality and all of that. So that thing's fun. This is practical. So not only practical, but it's practical. The locking system is tough because there's no pressure on this lock. All the pressure is going straight down into this titanium right here. So to fail it, you'd have to break this titanium. It's not like anything else. Like even this, right? You think like, oh, you have to break this steel here to fail it. No, it just has to slip. This doesn't have the ability to slip because it's just going straight down into titanium. So when you jam it into something, nothing's going to happen. What could break? The only thing that could break is if this bar right here snaps off of the blade. or breaks the blade, which is probably what would fail. That'd probably be the failing spot. So this is really practical for if you're going to have a gravity knife that you want to use and it be, you know, like useful. This does come in different blade shapes, different steels, different handle materials, different sizes. This one is the medium size one. I also have a mini and a large. But that's what I would do. I got a Keen 2 based on your review, and last week the Huntsman. Hell yeah. Very cool knives. I do wish a gravity knife would come with the set, but I have enough and they ain't legal for my nephews. So whatever. Yeah, that sucks. It sucks when, I mean, any place you live, you know, if there's something that you're restricted from carrying is shitty, man. I hate that for you. I hate that for anybody, especially me, you know, fucking felon. I can't carry a lot of fucking things legally. James K with the 5 bones. Look, we all want to win. I think what's important is to, dang it, I want that box done. Good luck. Good luck. Can anyone tell me how to enter the giveaway, please? Watch the video that I posted earlier. Watch my last uploaded video. That's all you gotta do. Go to my video I recently uploaded and click on it and listen to what I say. Go in the description, read the directions, and yeah, watch the entire video. Yeah, the Dragonfly's dope. It's really dope. It's a really weird gravity knife too. I should go grab it. I'm gonna go grab it really quick. I'll be fast. So check this out. This thing is cool, man. It's different though. But like I said, it's only like $60. So you just let it slap and then back open. And then you can go backwards too. You just let it kind of fall. But if you flick your wrist, it'll just launch out and then close. And then to go back, watch this. You go forward and up. That's cool, right? And then watch it go out. And then without, you can literally just go out. If you do it right, if you time it right. Instead of going down and then up, because that's how you kind of feel like you have to go down and then up, but you really don't. You just have to go out. Like, oh. Why do I keep messing it up now? There we go. I guess you kind of still are going down, but it slaps down, then out, and this is so smooth. That's why it does that. But this technically kind of jams itself in there. There's a little tab, so you can push that tab, and that kicks it out. So, and if you give it a little momentum, it'll just shut. But I love how you can go like that, and then right back. Just go like straight forward and then back. Pretty cool, and it sounds cool. I haven't tried it lefty, so I shouldn't do that though. So I do it. People need to make external access locks. The button is on the spine and you slide it down. External access locks. The button is on the spine and you slide down. That kind of is, it's kind of just the way the Severn is. So the Severn isn't using a bar, but it's using the same, oh, this is the factor. It's using the same concept. Instead of using a bar, it's using like a steel plate, but the concept is still the same. So you have this bar. It's not as easy to get to as the crossbar, but it does have that little tab right there that you can use, and you can launch it out. But same concept. It just uses a bar on the inside of there, or not a bar, sorry, a steel steel, like, you know, piece. You can also think of the Microtechs. Do you have a link for the Dragonfly? No, I do not. There are probably some available somewhere, but my link is sold out. Sold out pretty damn quick. Do you have any opinion of the Tom Brown JR design knives aside from your tracker video? I finally bought the Scout. Tom Brown Jr. knives. Oh yeah. So the tracker I like. I think the tracker is dope. I don't have one, but I've always wanted one. It's a damn cool knife, man. You know, the movie The Hunted was like one of my favorite movies a long time ago. I got like 3 or 4 favorites, and The Hunted is definitely in the list of like the top 10, top 20. A couple more would be like Snatch, The Town, um, I used to love From Dusk Till Dawn. I can name a lot more, like Reservoir Dogs, Casino. You guys know the list. There's a lot of great movies, but anyways, yeah, it's a badass knife. I'm having trouble with the link. Takes me to their website, but I don't see anywhere to enter my information. Well, let me show you then. Give me a second. Let me pull this dang old video up. A lot of you guys are entering, I'll tell you that much. Pause. All right. There we go. All right. So here, I'm going to show you. If you look, this is what you should see when you click the link. Click the link. Holman Hadfield in collaboration with We, Sencut, and Civivi. Enter a chance to win the blah, blah, blah. First name and email. This is what you see when you click the link. I just clicked it myself, Derek. So all you gotta do is click the link, and this is what will pop up. And you see 6 days, 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 29 seconds to go. Pro Knife says, I love to sharpen these. Oh, you talking about the tracker? Yeah, those would be fun. That's definitely a fun sharpening. See, I don't mind the weird shit. But the one thing about that makes it extra weird is that turn. So it has that recurve and then it pokes down. That little turn right there. You need a rod for that, or the corner of a stone, edge of a stone. Yes, I do have a link for the gravity knife. Yes. Actually, you can just go into my, if you want to see them all, go into the description of my video, or the description of this video. Sorry. Go in the description and just scroll down to my Blade HQ link. Damn it. Go to my Blade HQ link and then just type in, and I'm going to show you right now, Reate EXO. So I'm going to show you the screen. This is what's going to pop up. Just type in Reate EXO, and then you'll see this page. And then just scroll down, and here you go. You got a mini here. Here's a large one. Oh, wow. Is it selling it with an extra blade? That's dope. I didn't know that. You got a sheep's foot and a fucking bayonet blade. I love that. And it's a large. The only problem is this one doesn't have a clip. All max steel. Oh my goodness, I might have to get this one. Fuck. I didn't know. Here's another mini. These minis are cool. I got the mini. The mini's really cool. The mini is like the fidgetest one. Okay, then here's a medium size. This is the one you just seen me using. And then, man, another one. I didn't even know they were doing this. Why didn't they do that with all the rest of them? They should definitely do it. They should just sell blades. Like, I don't know. They're definitely capitalizing on that money, ain't they? Because I think about it now, and they could easily just sell blades, because like other knives, you can, do that, but sometimes the tolerances aren't going to be right. They need maybe a little adjusting and things like that. With this, you could easily take and replace the blades. But yeah, very, very cool. So yeah, just go to my Blade HQ link. It's in the description. You'll see it. Blade HQ, hit the link and then check out the knives. This is the EXO. It's pretty cool. Aluminum handles. You know, it's not super practical, but it is fun. This knife is way more practical. The regular EXO is way more practical than the Karambit, but the Karambit's fun and you know it's crazy. So it's it's cool to show people. Getting a Reate T6000 Saturday. I don't know if it's a keeper. Me too, Haven. Me too. I freaking love a bayonet blade shape. I think so. Like I said, the sheep's foot and spear point are like my favorite. And a spear point is it's a bayonet, basically. A bayonet is a spear point just with a swedge on the top. And I love it. I fucking love it. This would be considered a dagger because it's double-edged. So you can cut both directions. And it's very pokey. A spear point will be usually sharpened on just on the edge. You could consider this a spear point, but you know, the one thing that makes it a dagger is the thickest part of the grind is in the center, which lets you know that it's for poking. So it's putting all the thickness in, you know, to the spine, or sorry, into the center of the blade out to the tip. So it's going to be more durable. And it's also not going to be as slicey, because if the spine was up here, it'd be much slicier at the edge. The fact that the spine is basically in the middle of the blade, it doesn't have very far to transition to get down to a thin edge. This is still very thin though, because they did a great job with the geometry of on this. Most daggers, like on most knives, even like OTFs, they're thick. Also, Jared, my wife invented a new carry trend. Auto August, nothing but autos for all of August. Bang, there you go. Just bought the EXO Karambit. Why did it come with the extra knife? It's a trainer, so it comes with it comes with a trainer. So the trainer is to make sure you learn how to use it before you use it. Once you figure it out, it won't matter whether it's the trainer or not. It's very easy once you figure it out. Once you figure it out, it's going to be super, super easy. And not only that, it's a lot safer than it looks. It looks dangerous, but it's a lot safer than you think once you use it. But get used to the trainer, because if you're not used to it, you will stab yourself in the hand. Let me tell you about Impractical Butt Fun. I get my Real Steel Alcade in Saturday. There you go. That's some good old butt fun. What's up, Jared? All the knives you shown in the giveaway seem to be legal where I live, except one. If I were to win, do you do exchanges? Which one? Which one is not legal? And I'll let you know. I'm sure I'll figure something out. Whatever you need, man. If you win, I will make sure to send a different knife. I always tell you what? I think he's in another country. But yeah, I always tell you guys, if there's something in the giveaway, even if I'm only giving you one thing, I usually let people, you know, if they have the knife already, or if there's something about it that they're like, you know, hey man, I'd rather have something else, I'll fucking swap it. I don't care. Spear points are mainly on stiletto blades. Well, no. So a spear point, it depends. So there's lots of ways to look at a spear point. I'm going to grab a few spear points right now because I got a lot of them. This is a spear point. This is a spear point. This is a spear point, because the edge and the spine do the same exact thing out to the tip. The spine and the edge are doing the exact same thing, and then they meet in the middle. That's a spear point. A dagger is usually where the spine is in the middle of the blade and it goes edges and then meets to the middle. So it's still a spear point, but the dagger part comes in because of the grind in the middle. This, the grind is on top. Spear point. And the bayonet, as a true bayonet, is like this. And it has an extra grind right here. And on some knives, this would be sharpened. Like I have a bayonet right here. I actually have one right here. Yes, I got a bayonet right here. There's a bayonet blade right there. So this is not, is this one sharpened? Yes. So this is, I almost touched it. Is that sharp? Yes, this is sharp right here. So it does have an edge bevel on the spine. So it's sharpened from here to here, but then right here it's not. So you can put your thumb there. And then if you go with a traditional bayonet like this, this is all, you know, I guess so maybe you can use it like that. I don't know. But it's basically just for penetration because bayonets, they're made for poking. The beautiful thing about a bayonet, though, on a pocket knife is that it is a versatile blade shape. This is awesome for EDC. One, the tip is not too high relative to the pivot, so you can easily do utility cuts. It has a nice straight edge because it's a long edge, so you can easily slice. And because the spine is not technically in the center, it's actually a little bit higher than the center. Let me see this one. This one's it's a little different. It's old as shit though. So it does depend on the bayonet you have. But if the grind is up high enough, it'll be able to get down to a nice slicey edge. But the penetrating is where it's going to be. And also with a bayonet, if it's sharpened on the spine, you can slash back and forth. You know, considering you're thinking of it for that type of purpose, you know, I like them just for a regular EDC. And, you know, if anything goes down and I need to cut something up, you know, it's nice to have a nice practical get her done knife. Have you checked out the Dead Reckon Ridgeback yet? No, I have not. I've seen it, but I've never tried it. So hopefully I'll be able to try it one of these days. I'd like to. What doesn't make sense to me is, what doesn't make sense to me is carry legality. Like my $1,200 Higo can do just as much as the Elementum. It's just bigger. Yeah, but so obviously there's going to be build quality differences. So like a Rockstead is going to last way longer than an Elementum. Even if your Elementum lasts for a long time, I got one of the first Elementums, and it's still going strong. But I can tell if I've been using it every day, it would not be still going. 100% it wouldn't still be going. So my Rockstead, however, would be. You know, granted, you'd have to sharpen it, you know, a lot, and it'd probably be sharpened to death by now. How's that smile hold, Jared? I forgot what the knife is called. It's your thumbnail, though. Oh, that's the concept. Oh, damn it. I can't even think of the name of it now. It's a concept, though. It's a great knife. Cool knife. I'm going to pull it out and put it in a video soon because I like that one. That's one of my favorite ones from them right now. Spear point most versatile blade shape. That's what I say. That's what I say. I say, well, even like if you think about like this is kind of like a spear point, even though it's not. And what I mean is the tip is like center with the pivot, basically, and it, you know, kind of noses out there. Granted, the tip maybe a little bit higher. This is actually a little bit lower than the center, but a good old sheep's foot is very, very useful too. The difference with the spear point is it actually is better for penetrating. So you're going to have the same amount of leverage, slicing in through utility cuts, but it's going to poke a lot easier. Pokey. Oh, there he is. Shout out to CHUCKIT. Like I said, guys, I have his GoFundMe in the description. So check that out. Please go and give him some love. I donated right before this live, even though I couldn't find my damn name in there. I might have actually did it anonymous. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, how do you feel about Microtech heat treats? Looking to get my first one soon. So I would say they're running it on the softer side for sure. They tend not to run their stuff super hard. They tend to lean more towards what they would call toughness, even though I disagree with that statement, like everything about that statement, but that's what they would say. So I would say don't get it for edge retention reasons, right? Get it because you like the knife, because you want the knife. Microtechs are very good quality. They make great knives, great everything. USA made. Well, most of them, not all of them now, but I love Microtech knives. No problem with them, but yeah, they definitely are going to be on the softer side. When I think bayonet, I assume a knife on the end of a rifle. Well, that's the point originally is, but the thing is what we're talking about is not a bayonet. We're talking about a bayonet blade shape, right? So this is a bayonet. This goes on a rifle, right? Oh, goes on a rifle. So you click it in right there, and then you can pokey, right? But the blade shape that bayonets came with, because they made it to where like you have a spot like where you could push down, you know, on the blade, where if you had to do some detailing work, you know, you could use the spine, you could spark a fire, you know, but you still had it sharp over here. So it's sharp here to here and then here to here. So you can slash back and forth if you had to take it off of the gun. But if it's on the gun, it's going to poke really, really well. But it even comes with a sheath. So, you know, the point is you don't carry it on your rifle. You put it on your rifle when you're ready for battle. So you don't walk around with your bayonet on, right? You walk around with your bayonet on your knife on your hip. And then when shit hits the fan, you take it out and you click that bitch on. So peeps, I'm watching probably Lurka a bit. No problem, brother. You probably need some rest, man. Get some damn rest. You're supposed to be resting, CHUCKIT. The freaking spell checker keeps changing my text and I can't stand that. I know I had it spelled correctly. Dude, that's what it was just doing to me too. When I was doing the jimping, it kept turning it to jumping. I also found my FLN, but the sheath I made is still missing. Still got the original though. That sucks. But glad you found it. Jared, if you're a businessman, a dagger will take care of business, right? Yes, yes. A dagger will definitely take care of business. That's what I would use for sure. Jared, you're in the S tier YouTube ranks, ranked up there with Nick Shabazz. Yeah. Now the problem with not problem. The thing with that is that I tried to look up the other day, just out of curiosity, the best knife YouTube channel, and I didn't even make the top 10. But what they did was, if you looked at it, it was from 2017, like the year before I even had a channel. And so it named, you know, the channels from that time. And I kept thinking, like, how has this not been renewed? A little disappointed. Better than I should be. Walker blessings. Yes, definitely. You definitely it could be worse. Let's say that it could be worse, but yeah, it'd always be great if you were doing better. But remember, it always can be worse, man. So get some rest. You'll heal up. Go support his GoFundMe. Give him some help. You know, it sucks when anybody's out of work, out of job, and him being a trucker. You know, that is something that our country relies on. He deserves to be up there with people like MC and Nick Shabazz. Damn right. Damn right. He should be ahead of them. And he does. Damn right. See, I'd rather hear that. Exactly. Yeah, no, MC does a lot. I'll give him that. He definitely does a lot. Metal Complex, he makes a lot of content. My content's a bit different. I do a lot more testing and in-depth and teach knife sharpening. And so I do a lot more, but he posts a lot more. So it's just different. You know, because I used to post as much as him, if not more, like the same amount. But now I'm gonna back off of that. Like, I'm still posting a lot, but my goal is to get down to like 12 to 16 videos a month instead of 20 to 30. So I've been doing 20 to 30 a month, but soon I'm going to lower that down, and it's just going to be higher quality videos. My goal is going to be to get maximum views per video, not maximum videos for views, if that makes sense. Which will just mean that my videos will take a lot more work, but the payoff will be way better. Just grab the Artisan Proponent sub size, and it is a utility cutting beast. I got a couple of them. I got a titanium one, and I got this big daddy right here, the copper one. This is holy shit heavy. This is a brick. Like this, you could throw it and kill somebody for sure. For sure. But yeah, it's cool. And yes, it's definitely a utility cutter. Dirk Pinkerton design. Yes, Dirk Pinkerton design. He is very well known for making two different things. One, self-defense knives and Wharncliffes. He loves his Wharncliffes. He has other knives too. I got one of his budget self-defense knives. I'm not a big fan of this one, but it's, you know, made for the ceramic grip. You could do it backwards too, but I don't like it because the liner lock access is horrible. Baby.
Hi.
Hi.
Just saying hi.
Just saying hi.
I'm gonna borrow this shirt.
Okay. I'll be done pretty soon.
You're fine, you're fine. I was saying I'm doing the shirt.
All right. Howdy, Rochambeau. How you doing, man? I'm a Tanto fanboy, 100%, especially Japanese Tanto, but I'm also incredibly biased because my first ever knife was the Kershaw Brawler 8CR. Hey, Haven, have you checked out the Shadow? The Wii Shadow? No, sorry, Shadow Fire. The Wii Shadow Fire. That's a badass Tanto. The next one that I really like, also alongside that one, is the Best Tech. Damn it, I can't think of the name of it now. The Best Tech something. Blind Fury? No, is it? Is that that? No, it's not that. Best Tech Knives. Damn it. I'm not going to be able to find it. Anyways, I did a video not too long ago of the best Tanto knives, and it got in the running. I'm trying to go through the thing of their names, but there's so fucking many. Holy shit. I can't wait for them to do that new Fairchild. Anyways, but the Shadow Fire is really dope too. Should ask Chat GPT who the best knife YouTuber is. That's funny. Jared, thanks for helping me through my morning's work. Love the lives. Good luck with the draw. Shout out to you, man. Glad I could be there. I do appreciate it. And hey, man, I remember doing the same shit, man. And almost relying on a lot of the knife content and knife channels, you know. Neeves, I found an update list and it has Apostle P on there, not you. Exactly. Exactly. We're gonna work on that though. We're gonna work on that. Apostle P, that's hilarious. I like that guy. I've watched the shit out of him. You'd think his channel would be bigger, but he doesn't work on it really. That's the thing, is that a lot of channels that don't go nowhere, some of them do a lot of work and some of them don't, but I can almost every time tell you exactly why. Like I can literally see the content and literally physically observe why they're not growing. And most of the time it's pretty easy. Cetus, yes. Thank you, Derek. The Cetus. See, Derek, he knew what I was talking about. The Best Tech Cetus. Yes, that is a badass knife. That one, and then like I said, the Wii Shadow Fire. Those are two great Tantos. But the Cetus is not it's not a Japanese, nor it's an American Tanto. It's not a Japanese Tanto. The Shadow Fire is a mixture. It's like a hybrid. Can anyone tell me what the knife in the thumbnail is? That is the Concept. It has a weird name. Give me 1 second. It's a new knife, so. You know what else is a really cool one from Concept we're going to look at, because I got it right here. I talk about it all the time. You guys don't know about it because you guys don't give a shit. But you guys should, because it's a damn good knife. What the hell? Where the hell is this thing? Oh, I thought that was it. Where in the hell is this damn knife? I think it's the Lico or something, or it's a weird name. I know that. I can't even find it. Good new releases. I do have a couple on the way, but this one is really badass. I actually really like this one right here. I can't find the name of that one. This is a badass one though. It's slim, but that fuller works really good for the reverse flick. It's actually much. Oh, here it is. The Loki. It's the Loki. Here, I'll pull it up. The Loki's cool, man. It's a great knife, man. Like really good. Go watch my video on. Just look up Neevesknives Loki on YouTube, and you'll find it. But yeah, here it is. Move. Not a super big knife, but what it does is it reminds you of the Roosevelt. It's literally, and it's probably the same size as the original Roosevelt. Maybe a little bit smaller, but it's right there. Hey, all, can I ask your thoughts and prayers for my 86-year-old mom being sent to Denver by ambulance for surgery? Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, man. God bless, and definitely throw her some prayers, guys. Hopefully everything's okay. I do have a new concept coming. It is I have two of them coming. One of them is the new Shard, like you just said, and the Tarako. I got both of those on the way right now. All right, let's talk about fragrance of the day, because we got a banger. Hey Jared, got a question on the entry for the video. Are you supposed to put your full screen name with space and numbers? Put whatever it is on the screen, or whatever your YouTube handle is. Like Dirk for real you don't have to put the spaces and shit. Just put it in there. You know what? Actually, yeah, put it just like it says it. Do it like that, because that way, if anything happens, and it should find it, because like when you search your emails, they're pretty good at figuring out what you're looking for. So I don't think it'll be a problem, but just put it in the way it looks, so it's easier. Yeah, at 86, you've already beaten the average, that's for sure. I'll be lucky to make it that long, but hey, you try to get, man, like my mother, man, I hope she lives forever. Obviously we all want that. I know when my mother passes, man, it is going to fucking kill me. Not too many deaths get me these days, and I fucking have a lot of them. Fucking lot of them. I mean, some of them still get to me, but you know what I mean. Once you have certain deaths in your life, it's other ones, not that they're easy or anything like that, but you're so much more numb to it. But then there's usually one or two more out there that if that happened, it would spark a fire. The fragrance I put on today was some French thing. The bottle is in French, and I can only introduce myself in French. There you go. It's all right. You can maximize your vid views by maximizing the amount of content you have. Well, yeah, of course. You can definitely do that, but a lot of times there's a lot more to it than that. Like There's channels that can post 1,000 videos a day and it won't fucking make them great because they're doing other things wrong. Now, YouTube will only allow you to put out 3 videos a day with people getting notifications. You can put out 5, but nobody's going to get notified. So it saturates everything. So you want to do it right, but I say in the beginning, you definitely want to post as much as possible so you can build your catalog, but you do need to always try to evolve your channel. But there is specific things that, like right now, that you have to do that you didn't have to do before. And there's certain things you had to do before that you don't have to do now. It constantly evolves and you have to know and keep up with them. And if you pay attention, they actually tell you. You have a YouTube studio, they send you videos constantly, like weekly, with new information, what's going on this week, what's, you know, all this bullshit. So, but besides that, let's say you never even look at that. There's just things that massively improve your ability to not only reach more people, but for people to click, watch, and yeah, and if you're not doing those things, you know, like just say for an example, right? Just for an example, there's a channel out there right now. I'm not going to say their name, but they've been stuck in a spot for a long time. Great channel. Everybody knows them, but they haven't grown in a while. And the reason why is because they're not doing shorts. YouTube is pushing shorts right now. They are pushing the shorts feed. So that massively improves your full-length videos. Massively. So it's easy to get stuck because now YouTube's only going to recommend you to the people that watch your content because you don't have new viewers constantly watching your content. But if you go into the shorts, guess what? You have a ton of new viewers because that's all a new audience. The fragrance of the day is David Beckham. Come on. Classic Blue. Classic Blue. Linked in the description. A beautiful blue bottle with some jimping. And it's got a clicky top, not magnetic. Like I said, this is a budget banger. So this is $20, guys, $20 freaking dollars. But this smells very similar to a few fragrances I have that are, you know, more expensive. Not that it like smells expensive or anything like that, but what it is it is just a mega freshy that's like, it's literally like a gym fragrance. It's the perfect gym fragrance, perfect it's literally just a perfect all-around fragrance. You know, like you could use it on a date night. You could use it at the work. You could use it at the office. You could use it at the gym. It's literally a fresh, clean hint of sweetness. It reminds me of this one fragrance. It's like one of my favorite fragrances. It's very similar to that, but we can look up the note breakdown, but it's $20 freaking dollars or something like that. I haven't linked in the description. David blue, what was it? Classic. Here we go. So yeah, it's a freshie, man. Citrus, fresh, clean, very clean smelling. You can see right here, fruity, ozonic, aromatic, sweet, woody, aquatic, fresh, fresh, spicy, green, and tropical. I would say yes to all of that, except for the woodiness. The woodiness is probably in there, which does make it a little bit more masculine, and it's just hard to pick up. No, I guess you got it. Yeah, it's got it. But what you smell a lot is the fresh, green, tropical sweetness, you know, but it's not like super fruity. So you're looking at the fruity. It's definitely got a little hint of sweetness in there from the fruit, but usually fruity doesn't mean like candy fruity in fragrances because it's oils. So it's usually literal, you know, like where it's more literal to the smell. But man, badass fragrance though for $20. I also put his store down there because his store has a lot of other fragrances and most of them, all of them are affordable, but most of them are good. They are, he tends to lean towards mass appealing fragrances that most people are going to like. So, let's see here. New to this world, appreciate love, your sincerity to the craft, know the backstory via vid. video. Keep it up, partner. Thank you. Thank you, Tate. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. We're supposed to outlive our parents, but it's always tough to lose them. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I lost one of mine already. Did you get a chance to send out those last giveaway nights? Yeah, but I'm missing one person. So you must be him. Did I have a problem with your address, Lonnie? Do me a favor. Email me. And was that you? I'm trying to think. Do me a favor. Email me or message me on Instagram and we'll talk about it there. I have a one of the things. It's actually at the post office. They're holding it for me because the address wasn't right. So I just got to call them and let them know. I've already paid for it. It's already ready to go. So if it's yours, then just like I said, contact me. But I didn't have it under Lonnie though. I'll be honest. It wasn't Lonnie, but we'll see. I might be forgetting something that we talked about. Listen, I do a lot of fucking shipping, guys. Like, trust me, I've had so many names that are even the same, like literally like the same name, but they're not the same people. But a thought has been bugging me. That silver play button looks lonely without its gold brother. I agree. I agree. And he's drinking. You see this shit? The fucker's drinking over here. Shout out to the person who gave us this. One of Kara's friends. One of Kara's gamer friends. Yes. The whoever gave us the booze. Testy. But a thought has been I wrote that one. Yeah, but yeah, I'm working on that, brother. I am working on that for sure. Most of the knife reviewers' voices annoy me. Not mine though, right? Man, I got the carpet right here because I got a rug. It's folded up and it keeps catching me. I'm trying to scoot forward. It pisses me off. I just learned about copyright and said, what the hell? Yeah, I get it with those all the time, but I'm pretty good at them now. I'm pretty good at avoiding them now. Shorts are made for new releases. Shorts are usually made for multiple different things, but they're great to use. You can get a lot of traction with them. You can get a lot of views. You can get people to your full-length videos by doing a little short on it, and then they let you tag the longer video in there. You can't put links unless if you go live. Jared, I got that whatever leather from Musk and Hustle that you said to get, dude. Fire. Hell yeah. You're talking about ombre leather. That's a good one. Yeah, that one's a sweet, a very excuse me, a very sweet leather fragrance. You can absolutely smell the leather in there, but it's got this fruitiness, this fruity sweetness, almost like candy note mixed with a very masculine leather. So it balances itself really fucking good. And it's an addictive fragrance. Like that's one that like when I smell it, it's hard not to just put it on. That's a good one. That's a really good one. And that fucker lasts a long time. It is very powerful, very long lasting, and you don't need a lot. It's really good. Shorts are kind of ass. If they gave me a no shorts option, I'd take that in a heartbeat. But you know what, though? There's a lot of people that love them. A lot of people love shorts, man. Shorts are, I mean, one, you know, they're obviously trying to kill our attention span. They want us getting our information 60 seconds at a time. You know what I mean? So, and the youth, everything is like packaged and fast, kind of like fast food, right? Like it was, I guess you could say it was not my generation, but the generation in front of me that fucking made fast food restaurants so damn popular. Thanks a lot, you fucks. So it's the generation now that's going to be making videos like that. I read that $20. Is it like, yes, it's very similar to the Nautica Voyage, but what you could say is it's not the same scent. Like it would be in the same realm though. It's a blue fragrance. Take the melon note out, and a little less tropical, and that's this. This is more like Coach for Men. It's like Coach for Men and Versace Pour Homme mixed. That's basically what it is. Or you can just think of either one of those. It's very similar to one of those. Versace Pour Homme, Coach for Men, Dolce & Gabbana The One. It's similar to those. Wave, Michonne Wave. That's another one that's the same. It's a popular type of fragrance. So it's one that if you are into fragrances and you have a lot of them, you have a fragrance like this already. You know, that's the way it is. And that's a good thing. That means it's good. But if you don't, that's a good one. If it has citrus in it, you can bet your ass I'm buying it. Oh, it definitely has citrus. It's more citrus, but I don't know if it said that. It doesn't say citrus, but it says fruity. But I would definitely call it citrusy. I'll tell you what, man, the best citrus fragrance, I'm telling you guys, Guerlain Platine Privé. Right now, actually, the best one is going to be Vibrato, right? Vibrato. But if you can't afford that, because that's expensive as shit, get the Guerlain. It is so good. What was it? CK Into You for $18. Love Marshalls. Hell yeah, Nick. Hey, man, you don't have to spend a lot to smell good, man. You can spend very, very, very little to smell good, like this shit. I'm thinking about picking up one of his other fragrances, like a different color, because when you see the colors mean something. Usually, not always. There's going to be some weird times where you get something like, say, red. Red usually means spicy. Brown, red, things like that. Brown, red, sometimes dark yellow. That usually means spicy. Yellows can sometimes mean like a gourmand fragrance kind of. But every once in a while you get them like, and they'll be super sweet or something, or super fruity. But usually they stand by colors. Like this is a blue fragrance, so it'd be fresh out of the shower. But yeah. Story time. All right, we can maybe pull up a story real quick. Michael, member for 23 months. Wait for yours gold or go with all stainless pyrite buoy. What? Wait for RS gold or go with the stainless pyrite buoy. I don't know about the RS gold. I don't know what that is, but I'll tell you what, that damn pyrite buoy looks badass. It looks damn good. You know what goes by almost invisible? You're stellar with the camera. We get used to it. Expect. It's awesome. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that because I put a lot of fucking work into making sure of it. Like people don't even realize when, like, say if I mention the jimping, right? And the next thing you know, you see a little clip of the jimping perfectly focused. In many cases, it might be because when I was filming, you couldn't see it perfectly focused. And maybe if you did, it just wasn't the best. It wasn't the crispiest. Yes, you could see it, but it wasn't crispy. So, I'm glitching. So, I will throw in B-roll, but that all takes time. So, I have to go and record that separately, and then I have to edit it into the video, which takes, much more time. But, that's good camera work. Let's slow down and let Jared. Yeah, okay, guys. I'm just going to catch right up. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, come to Cheyenne the last full week of July for the world's largest outdoor rodeo concerts. Holy shit. That sounds dope. You know what? I just got an invite. Oh, I had it here. I just got an invite to fully paid and everything. I'm not going to be able to do it, but Kershaw is inviting me to their 50th year anniversary. They said they pay for my hotel, my food, my everything. But I want to go. I do want to go. I'm going to try to pull it off, but it's in like 5 days. That's tough, and it's tough to just to get up and go. I've known about it, but I didn't know exactly what date it was, and now they sent me the VIP thing. Your Vision FG was great. Thanks for putting in the work. Thank you, Lonnie. Absolutely. Yeah, I like doing those types of videos. I'm doing a lot more. It's very cool of Kershaw. I'm so happy that they did it. I definitely want to go, man. It really pisses me off because I feel like it would be so beneficial if I go. I feel like I could be literally their next designer if I go. So yeah, I'm doing it a little bit greedy when I'm thinking about it, or should I say a little bit selfish. But not that I wouldn't want to meet them, hang out with them, see their shop, do a shop tour and all that good shit, and shake hands and meet everybody who does come, because a lot of other people are going to be there too. But I definitely would love to talk to the guys of Kershaw and see if we can't maybe work together. Are you going to Atlanta? I am definitely going to Atlanta. Go take it. And that's another thing, is Atlanta's coming up, and even though they'll pay for it, that doesn't mean it's free. I know you love your tobacco fragrances. What's one that's not too strong that I can wear at work/school? So the least strongest one I can think of is Dolce & Gabbana The One. Dolce & Gabbana The One. That stuff is it's a mentholy tobacco. It's a mentholy, slightly sweet tobacco. So if you don't like menthol, you might not like it. It definitely smells like menthol tobacco, but it is really good, and a lot of fucking people love it. But otherwise, I would say Replica Jazz Club. That one's really good. It's not too strong, not too powerful. You'll be just fine. Just don't spray a lot. And then another one that's like a mixture. Well, you could go with Coach Platinum. Coach Platinum has leather and tobacco in it, I believe. I believe it is. It's one of my faves for leather. Let me just make sure really quick. I don't want to be wrong. Motherfucker. Oh, maybe it doesn't have tobacco. Not that one. Okay. But yeah, the one I mentioned, that's definitely one. Depends on what type of tobacco you want, though. Like, because there's sweet tobaccos, there's spicy tobaccos, like Spice Bomb, Azaro Wanted by Night. That's a tobacco fragrance, but it's sweet and spicy with the tobacco. Most tobaccos are going to have a little spice in it. The One is not a spicy tobacco, though. It's a sweet, like I said, mentholy tobacco, while a lot of other ones are going to be like a spicy tobacco. Not like super crazy. Well, some of them are super crazy, but leather from Musk and Hustle. I'm pretty sure it's number 40. I think it's 201, isn't it? Musk. Hold on a second. Which one were you just talking about? Let me just make sure. Said it. A leather Musk and Hustle. Oh, the ombre leather. Ombre leather. I believe it is damn it. I believe it is 201. Yes, number 201 if you want to get that stuff. That's a banger. All right, so man, I didn't even think of a story. Everything I'm thinking of is violent right now. Probably shouldn't tell those. Jared, do another live with Jim Skelton since Shabazz is busy. Last one was dope. Well, maybe we will do that. I wouldn't mind having him on. You know who I am gonna go live with soon. Me and him have been talking about it for a while. I don't know how his internet is. I know a long time ago he said it wasn't very good. But Alex from Outdoors 55, that's who I want to get on a do a live with. I've never done a live with him. We've never talked. We've only talked on the internet and stuff. So that'd be really cool. But yeah, I'd love to get on with Jim Skelton again too. I want to get on with everybody. I got to rest. All right, brother. Take it easy, man. 1 year sober anniversary. Good for you, man. Good for you. Old lady are going out. Work hard, stay tough, and good night. Have a good one, Haven. I'm on the edge. Gifted a Neevesknives membership. Shout out to you. Rogan? Yeah, I'd love to go on Rogan, man. I'd have a good time with Rogan. Yeah, it'd be really cool. I'd love to do even like a live sharpening with him. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. The thing is, we just got to make sure my internet's fine, but like we got to make sure his is, because it sucks if the person's internet's not good. Like it has to be like kick ass. Whether you are a part of the Biden jet crew carving up real estate deals in genocide Gaza, or drawing up billions in arms deal scams with your friends in Ukraine, you can be listening to Neevesknives. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. Except for the betas. Musk smells good on me, but suits clash with me. Do you mean tuxedo? When you say that? Damn, thought it was Alex Jones. I'd do Alex Jones. I used to have a Dodge Charger S. Oh, that's dope. I've always wanted one of those. And Challenger or Charger SRT8 and a Challenger SRT8 together. I loved those cars and missed them. Now I have a 2006 Buick LaCrosse that I inherited. that I thought you were about to say that I despise. Remember, something I love to something I hate. I like Dutch Bushcraft knives too. Good knife tubers. Yeah, I actually reached out to them a while back. They've never responded or said anything to me, but I did try to reach out to them to just put out a hand, like, hey, if you guys ever want to do anything together, whatever. I tried doing that with a lot of channels. And if I don't, don't feel offended, just get a hold of me. But I do try to do that with a lot of channels. Recently, I did that with one. I need to get back a hold of him. He said he was willing to do it. But no, I do think it's good to collab. Jared, did you send out the Herman I won from you? I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, you're going to be seeing it anytime, man. Anytime. I just want to find a junky old barracuda. Barracuda. You talk too fast for Rogan. Not true. Not true at all. Not true at all. He's had Ben Shapiro on. He's had a lot of fucking people on. Candace Owens. And I can slow down. I can definitely slow down, but yeah. I run with the vibe, man. I run with the vibe. I love the old school Chargers. My brother had a 1970 plum crazy purple with a black vinyl top. I used to have my uncles and cousins. They all had like badass cars. Like my one cousin had a Satellite. Oh, I think it was so beautiful. Oh, I think it was a 71 or 70, maybe it was 73. Between 70 and 73, but it was so beautiful, man. It was like the perfect, in my opinion, like one of the most beautiful cars in the world. It looked very similar to the Roadrunner. Everybody thought it was a Roadrunner. Had the hood scoop, looked beautiful. I had a 69 El Camino, which was badass. My other cousins had, and my uncles had Malibus and fucking everything, really. My one uncle has an Impala that's won all kinds of, like scoop the loops and things like that, and trophies, first place trophies for, best car and shit. His is beautiful, man. It's like mint. What else? Like I said, the Malibus, and then what was the one just like the Chevelle? My uncle had a Chevelle. My dad had a Nova way back in the day. Yeah, I've had a lot of fucking cars. I've had a shit ton of cars. I haven't had a car in a little while, but I've had cars, like a lot of them. First car was an 88 5.0 Cherry Red 5-speed. Love that car. Yeah, I've had a lot of little stick shifts, and yeah, I love them, man. I would love to get another one. Having Jared on would be a treat for Rogan after having to endure Shapiro. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we'd have a good fucking time, to be honest. we probably wouldn't talk. I mean, we would talk a little bit of knives for sure. He likes them, but I can talk about anything. And I feel like I got a story that probably do really good on that show. 72 Nova was the best looking. My dad was the 69, and I think that's the best looking. But 70s are dope. I like the 70 Plymouths. I think those are the best 70s cars. They're just, to me, they're just so fucking good looking. Yes, he does. He does have knives. He has a knife collection. He carries a knife. He's got some pretty nice ones too. I've never seen his collection, but I've seen him pull out knives, and yeah. And you always see he has one on his in his pants. Brad, thank you for the 10 bones. Just switch from a Wicked Edge to the TS Prof K03 Pro Hunter. Which stone should I buy? Veneve, Atoma would appreciate. Don't buy any yet. Don't buy any yet. Unless if you desperately need some, and then I'll tell you what to buy. But if you can hold off for just a few more days, I got the new brand coming. I got the video coming. I'm waiting for my link right now, and I'm going to recommend them to you guys. They are fucking amazing. So just hold off for a little bit. 72 Monte Carlo. I love Monte Carlos. My uncle had one of those too, but his was an 87, 86, 87. That body style, that's my favorite body style though. I love those, man. The Monte Carlo SS's. Ooh, I love them. The last time I saw you, you looked 20 years older, and didn't curse like a sailor. Not complaining, just different vibe. I looked 20 years older. Well, I'm gonna take this as a damn compliment, and I've always cussed like a sailor. First of all, I just don't do it in my my videos, because I want to, one, be kid friendly, and two, some people don't like that. But when you come to the lives, I think it's important for you to get me. I think it's important that, like, if we ever run into each other at a show, on the streets, whatever, you should, I want you to get what you see. And I think a lot of people, and I always thought it was weird, like if I ran into somebody that I watch and then I meet them in person and they're nothing like they are, because you feel like you know them, and then you start talking to them and they're completely different. It's got to feel weird, right? And then you're thinking like, this fucking guy's an asshole, or you think like, this guy's just a fucking liar. But if you meet the guy and it's literally just like, what you see, then it makes you feel good. It makes you feel, like you actually do know the person, which I think is important. Rogan, Tom Segura, and Ben Kreischer. Where'd it go? He was showing them all on a podcast, like 100 Spider Codes, 100 Cold Shields. When? I didn't see that one. That's cool. Damn, I didn't know that. That's dope. I bet he watches the channel. Street Jared is legit. Street Jared is legit. Hopefully we never have to go back to those days. But hey, you never know. Something might spark off. God forbid. Mine is pre-muscle car 56 Thunderbird with the supercharger. Very cool. Supercharged 312 Ghost Rider USA. I'm guessing your mid-30s. You'd be about right. Just about. Maybe high 30s. Anyone feel a gas station knife is more useful than their children sometimes? That's funny. That's actually hilarious. Do you do any mentoring, counseling, consulting for small channels? I would. I mean, I have like 1,000 times. Yeah, you just got to get a hold of me. Yeah, I don't mind helping out channels. I've done it a bunch of times. You bums in here in line or what? Hit that dango like button. That man, that fucking gas station thing. Jared trained with Tommy Lee Jones in The Hunted. I love that movie. I want Tyson to smash shit out of Jake. I do too, but he's not gonna. He's gonna lose, man. He's gonna lose. It's gonna be sad. He's gonna lose. I know you guys all think Tyson's gonna win. And I know they're trying to sell that to you. They're trying to sell that to you on purpose. The truth is he's going to lose. Now, the one benefit they have is that if Jake Paul doesn't knock him out, then it's a duel. Then nobody wins. The rules go, they're 2-minute rounds, not 3. That's because he's old. They're 2-minute rounds, and you have to knock the opponent out to win. So unless Tyson knocks him out in the first 60 seconds to 120 seconds, the first 2 minutes, it is not going to happen. It may be at the beginning of round 2 if he, gets a little more gas, but he's not gonna. He's gonna gas out. He's old. He's not as fast as he was. What we've seen is 15-second clips, guys. 15 seconds. There's a reason for that. Think about everything. There's a reason why all you've seen is just a highlight of 15 seconds. He's not going to be able to do it, man. He's going to get knocked out. He's going to get hurt. And I don't want to see that. I feel bad for him. I think whoever the fuck signed up for this shit should have their ass kicked. This is stupid. It's fucking stupid. You don't fight an icon, a damn warrior when he's in his elder years. That doesn't make sense. That guy's supposed to be teaching the younger generation, not fighting them. That doesn't make sense. Of course, a younger guy's going to hit him when his testosterone's 300, 400, 500 points higher. His stamina is through the roof. His speed and muscle twitch and all of that is like 5 times better. Like everything is better when you're younger opposed to being old. Obviously, there's a line, but he's gotten over that line, right? That line's probably like 50, 55, right? After 50, he's, what is he, 60? He's it's not good. It's not good at all. After 50, yeah, not good. Not good to fight somebody like that. He should, if he's gonna fight somebody, it needs to be somebody else older. But I hope he wins. I want him to win. I can't tell you how bad in my soul I want him to win, but he's not gonna. So the thing is that what all Jake is gonna do, all he's gonna have to do, and I know it's like all he's gonna have to do because Tyson, when he comes at you with the peekaboo, it's gonna be scary. And he does one thing Tyson's really good at is following you in the ring, right? So he's good at coming at you and not being right in front of you. He's really good, literally coming straight for you, but then he's right here. That's what he's good at. So he's good at cornering you into a corner because he'll be fucking moving circles around you when he's fighting you. However, Jake has been training for that, and he's going to keep distance. He's got every fight Tyson's ever had to watch. When Tyson was in his heydays, they didn't have that. They only had like the last 3 fights. Then once he got to the end, you seen he started losing, right? People started figuring out his tricks and keeping him at a distance. Keep him at a distance the whole time. You keep him at a distance, his arms aren't very long. He has to get onto the inside. If he doesn't get to the inside, he doesn't work. So he has to get to the inside. And I just don't think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do well, like as far as he, like the best of what he could do. But I do not think he's going to win. Maybe neither one of them get knocked out, and maybe they've already made this agreement. Like, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes with them fucks. I have no doubt that most of the fights that he's done have been 100% legit and for real. Meaning Jake Paul. I have no doubt because you can see it. However, the Tyson and Roy Jones fight, that was not legit. Like, I mean, it was legit. Like they fought, but they didn't punch in the face. They literally didn't throw any blows to the face. So it was like a deal that they had. So I think there might be a deal like that here where they're like, let's give them a good show. We're not going to kill each other. Nobody rip each other. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's like rip each other's fucking heads off. I don't know. But I'll say this, if Tyson doesn't get knocked out or Jake doesn't get knocked out, it's kind of tough to, because man, I just feel like Jake's hands he's got some fucking hands, man. He's got the knockout power 100%, and Tyson's old. So theoretically, Jake should have no problem putting him to sleep. I hate to say it. Dylan Blue, club do you need? 1 million lucky in game time all over me. I'm making up some travel bottles. Smell like a whorehouse in here. I'm sure you can relate. I'm gonna poison myself in all of this. Yeah, dude. When I bag some when I box some shit up, man. Oh man, I'll smell. I'll literally have to get ready to wash up and wash my hands and everything because I'll smell like a whore. Because there's always like one or two that I want to send, and they have to be like the most powerful, obnoxious, loudest fragrances that if you spill a drop, the fucking whole house smells like it. Now I'm gonna think, what if Jared's right? I don't know shit about fighting, so gotta trust Jared. Well, I'm just looking at, you know, statistics and the track records. You know, Tyson has not won his last fights against fighters, right? He's 20 years later. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, I'm not saying he can't fight. I'm not saying he's not dangerous. I wouldn't want to fight him. But I probably could because he's elder now. But when I said I wouldn't want to because I feel if there's no win, there's no fucking win there. If you go in the ring and you knock his fucking head off, you're a dickhead. If you lose, you lost to a legend, but you also lost to a 60-year-old legend. So there's no win there. There's no win. That's why I don't think Jake should have did this. I think this is sad. I think this is bad. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But yeah, Tyson's not going to be able to go more than 120 seconds. Like there's a reason. Put it this way. This tells you everything. They won't let it go to 3 rounds. They stopped it. They said 2 rounds only. Or sorry, not rounds, minutes. They wouldn't let it go to 3 minutes. Only 2 minutes. Why? Why? You know why? Because Tyson can't last. He's not going to be able to make it 3 minutes. So that tells you what's going to happen. Jake, he's been fighting 3-minute rounds for 2 years now. So Tyson isn't smoking weed before the fight. In his words, he's going to be very irritable for the fight. Dude, I honestly, I mean it when I say I hope he wins. Regardless of what I say, I hope he fucking knocks Jake's head off. But I just don't think it's possible. I think the only way it's possible, the only way is like if Jake makes a mistake, gets cocky, and Tyson ends up sneaking in and just fucking catching him. But I just don't know if he's got the power to knock Jake out at his age. I'm not saying he doesn't have power. I'm not saying he doesn't have knockout power. I'm saying to knock him out. He's bigger. He's he's bigger. He's younger. He's a lot of things. So I didn't know about the internet influencer until YouTube of him in the Arab paradise built with money. Half scammer clip the world. I don't know what that means. He's too old. Plus, he hasn't been training hard for past 20 years. Right, exactly. And his last fights, it's not like he was winning, dominating all his last fights. He wasn't doing great his last fights because he was getting older. Fighters had umpteen videos to watch to see his style, because when you take some other fighters, right? Like let's say Butterbean, right? Butterbean was a knockout artist. That motherfucker threw hands. And I believe Tyson might have beat him. I think they did wind up fighting. I can't remember. But anyways, the point is that Butterbean was a beast. But he was also, one thing that was crazy about him was you didn't know what he was going to do. I mean, you knew it was going to come over the shoulder. You knew that, right? But I mean, he threw hands so outrageously, you know, because he's so big and they hit so hard. That wasn't easy to know exactly what his rotation's going to be, or exactly what his habits are going to be. Tyson, it's almost the same thing across the board. He's like 6 moves. He doesn't do anything but peekaboo. So all you gotta do is train against a peekaboo fighter. I'm not saying that that's easy in any way, shape, or form, but it's different when you're talking about somebody like Mayweather. Mayweather will fight 100 different styles. Like, he's crazy. He's fucking good. Mayweather's a badass because he's just mastered like every angle. His footwork's impeccable. Tyson's is too for peekaboo. But we'll see. We will see. Oh, he still throws bricks for sure. Damn straight he does. That's why, you know, people think he's going to win because that we know he can hit. You know he's a knockout artist. You know he's a fucking killer. But it's just, you know, statistics, man, or, you know, evolution, whatever you want to call it, man. You got an older person versus a much, much younger person. You have somebody in their prime versus somebody way out of their prime. It's just, you know, it just doesn't make, it's like kind of like the opposite, like a tough 14-year-old fighting a 24-year-old. I probably shouldn't relate it to that, but you guys know where I'm getting at. If Tyson wins, I'm so bankrupt. And I'm not saying, like, don't ever be offended. Like, if you're 6 years old, be healthy, be fit, you know, that's all you should be. You shouldn't be, let's be fucking clear. When you're 60 years old, you shouldn't be fucking getting in the ring with 23-year-olds and throwing hands with them. At 60 years old, you've done your time. You fought your battles. You should be shooting a motherfucker if you're going to fight them, not throwing hands with them. Let's just be clear. And if you're going to fight with somebody, you use what you have around you, right? Like, that doesn't mean you're not going to win a fight. You're usually going to fight with your head, you know, not with your hands and your head, like just to throw bricks. Not saying that you can't do that, because you can if you can. But I think if you're going to be outmatched by a younger fighter, then you're going to pull out all stops. You're going to use your wits, right? You're going to use wisdom, right? Where's it? I just heard it the other day. I'll butcher it if I say it, but there's something about like wisdom is something that people learn that never change. So it's like things that you learn through time that will never change, right? And then intelligence is something like, it is the evolution of knowledge, where it keeps evolving. But basically they're saying like somebody who's older is obviously going to have much more wisdom in knowing the things that don't change, because they've seen the repeat from, you know, from their younger years to their older years. They know what doesn't change in 40 years. They know the things that stay the same. They know that the habits and the what's it called? Fuck, man, lost for words. Anyways, I have very important question. Anyone tried the new Lay's Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity potatoes? He's just asking for a friend. I'm 53 and I sure hope I'm done fighting. Yeah. No, I mean, we shouldn't want to fight, but I mean, I think if somebody pushes those buttons the wrong way, I think sometimes you gotta let that animal out. I think sometimes people can mistaken mistaken kindness for weakness. Obviously, I mean, I think that's pretty common. But I think it's dangerous to mess with somebody who has lived, you know, a certain life, and you know, fucking has already done it all and been through it, you know, and is trying to live a good life, you know, because don't think that they wouldn't just fucking enjoy going back and fucking doing some damage. People like Tyson and Ali will always be in the history no matter what. They brought something new to their era of boxing. Oh, absolutely. They'll be even like a Rocky Marciano, right? He was in the 30s and he's, you know, still mentioned. Obviously not as much as like a Tyson or anything like that, but Dempsey, like you could name a lot of a lot of fighters that were just absolutely badass and are always going to be mentioned and should always be looked at, you know, because you know, everybody came, like you just said, pretty much like everybody came with something new that didn't exist, right? And now pretty much everything's been done. So we're repeating things that have already been done. We might evolve it a little bit, but it's still going to have some similarities. Behavior and tactics. Yeah, you could say that, behavior and tactics. I was going with like when you see something that constantly keeps happening, pattern recognition. Neeves, thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. No drug tests. Yeah, no, he fucking better be juicing. I hope that give him the pharmacy. Give him the pharmacy. I hope he is, man. I hope he's fucking as high as he possibly can with testosterone. My goodness. I hope he's on more than that, to be honest. Well, and you know, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? I think he should. Fight smarter, not harder, but don't lose your hardness in the process. There you go. I like that. Tyson has seen more swings. Tyson's definitely seen way more swings, but that also means he's also been hit with way more swings. He's had much more concussion, much more everything. That's what takes the toll on people, right? It's every body part we have has a time limit. It's even like your vehicle, right? Think of your body as like a vehicle, right? Your tire is only going to take so much. Your wheels are only going to take so much. Your lug nuts are only going to take so much. Your alternator is only going to take so much. Everything's only going to take so much. Joe Louis was 90 years old when they fought. That's funny. That's hilarious. He wasn't, but that's hilarious. What was that? Welcome to America or whatever. I think that's what that was. I know where you're going. He was 90 years old when he had that fight. That's a good fight, though. I watched that fight. It's in black and white. The Paul kid is going to be lucky. He's going to meet Tyson and Ali in one night. It's amazing. Jack Johnson was a bad mother. Shush your mouth. Hopefully Tyson takes a hit of the toad before the fight, so he releases the inner pigeon in Jake Paul. Yeah, dude, I hope he fucking takes a lot of something. Jared, think of your body like an 86 Honda Civic. Tyson is sick because of who trained him. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and you can hear Coming to America. Yes, Coming to America. Yes, you're right. Great movie. Grew up on it. But yeah, Costumos, what's his name? Castamello, something like that. That's who trained Tyson. You can hear it in Tyson's voice when he talks about that man. Like you could tell, like that was like his only father figure, and yeah, when he died, that broke Mike Tyson. Tell Tyson that Jake kills pigeons. Yeah, he don't like that, does he? He loves his pigeons, man. He does love his pigeons. Tyson destroyed some real heavyweight fighters that were larger than him. Jake Paul fights smaller, retired fighters. He's a joke, and I sure hope he goes out. Yeah, Fred, but that's still the point, though, right? Tyson is smaller and much older and retired. Exactly what Jake needs. Right? Like Tyson in his prime obviously would fucking. This is the sad thing about it, because Tyson in his prime, of course, would annihilate him. Like there'd be no competition at all. And we all know that without a shadow of a doubt. Like there's not even a question about that. However, the fact that there's a question now means they shouldn't be doing it. If we know what would have happened. Do you know what I mean? Like it makes you feel bad because then, you know, the whole thing goes, you say if Tyson gets knocked out, it's like, well, if he was in his prime, well, yeah, no shit, but he's not now. And you guys fucking signed him up. I know he's getting a great payday and maybe he needs it. Maybe there's something going on and I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he needs the money. You know, his podcast is doing really well. You know, he's got great people coming on. So I doubt he fucking needs the money, but he's gonna make a shit ton off of it. I think this is gonna be on Netflix, right? The first one on Netflix. You should hear the story about owning a tiger. Oh, I have. I've watched a lot on him. I've watched a lot on just fighters, period. His trainer showed up, Muhammad Ali. I seen that clip. Yeah, I seen that clip. Still trying to get Jared on Joe Rogan. I hope you do, man. I hope you're successful. We're not talking about Tyson fighting Anthony Joshua. Jake Paul is not a professional boxer. He's only fought one boxer and he got obliterated and embarrassed. I agree. I wouldn't say he got obliterated. I would say he lost. He definitely lost, but not obliterated. He never got knocked out. He made it to the end. It wound up going to decision. Tommy won that. Good for him. I think he did win that. I think that was pretty clear that he won. So I do agree that, yeah, he was a clear loss. But he has fought some incredible fighters that were retired and old. And that's my point. I agree. I think he's a fighter. I don't want to take that from him. That motherfucker is training so much. He is fighting a lot. He is putting in the work. So in the beginning, yes, I didn't want to call him a fighter. I refused to call him a fighter at first. I thought he was just somebody trying to catch a bag. I thought that's what it was all about. Just catching a bag, getting some money, and then leaving, you know, getting out of it. Just literally making a scene and then getting out. But he's taken this very seriously. He's literally devoted his life to fighting now. So I gotta give him credit, man. He's a boxer. He's a boxer. Granted, I want to see him fight boxers, right? If you're gonna be a boxer, then fight boxers, not retired boxers, not you know, untrained boxers, not fucking ancient boxers, but in their prime boxers. That's where we see how good you are. And so far, he has failed at that. But that's what I mean, though. That's the difference, and that's what I keep saying about Tyson. The age difference is massive. Fighting a retired fighter out of their prime is not the same. There's a reason why they retire. Everybody's got to know that. Fighters, they're like fucking tigers. They never want to give up. They never ever want to give up. The fact that they give up, the only one that ever gave up that wanted to give up, and it wasn't even that he gave up. I think it had personal reasons, but was Khabib. Khabib was the only one. Everybody else, nobody else wants to stop. They have to. They don't have a choice. They can't win anymore. They're going to lose. They're not as fast as they used to be. They're not as strong. Their reaction time is bad. Their vision is not as good. Their brain is more fragile. So it's just not possible. So the other fighters are coming up are in their fucking prime now. So it just doesn't, you know, they can't keep up. So they have to go to retirement in order to save their legacy. Because the last thing you wanted to be known for is the fighter who once was, but now has lost all the last 10 fights. And there's a lot of fighters that do that. You see that. We've seen that a million times where fighters are literally fighting until they're, you know, old, and people are like looking at him like, what are you doing, man? Why are you still in this fucking ring? The saddest fight I've ever seen was when Tito Ortiz fought Chuck Liddell for the third time, right? After Chuck Liddell had already kicked his ass twice. Fought Chuck Liddell out of his prime, old as hell, and Chuck Liddell was punch drunk as shit. Like, whoever allowed that fight to happen should be locked up. That was sad because you could clearly see Chuck was punch drunk. punch drunk is just where you've been hit so many times for so long that you don't have that snap anymore. You don't have the reaction time. When somebody punches, you don't have that reaction time. You're literally like, it's almost like you're slow. It's like your hands are like almost like not moving, and that's the way he was. And Chuck Liddell ate him up. And it was sad, man. And Chuck Liddell was my favorite fighter for years. My absolute favorite fighter. Even before he was everybody's favorite fighter, he was my favorite fighter. And yeah, it's yeah. When are they fighting? It's coming up. It's coming up really soon. I know it's on Netflix. It's not a scam because Tyson is not right in the head. He's going to hurt Jake. I hope so, man. I honestly hope so, but I just don't see it happening. But I hope so. You know what? With the Nate Diaz thing, I think if Nate Diaz had one more round with Jake, he would have won. If you guys know anything about Nate Diaz, the way he fights, he's so relentless, man. I fucking love him as a fighter because he's got so much fucking heart. Like that guy just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And and like I think that's something to be proud of, to have that much tenacity in you and that much, that much fight. He gets better as the fighter goes on. While other fighters start slowing down after 6 rounds, he slows, but he only gets stronger and better and tougher. Like he's the one fighter they'll be covered in blood and get better. It's crazy. It's crazy as shit. So it's like Forrest Griffin was great too. Yeah, he was a beast. But what was it? 8 rounds? I think him and Jake Paul fought. And the 8th round, he was getting the best. In the 7th and 8th round, he was getting the best of Jake. One more round, he would have got him. And it's just that's the zone where he does the best because he outpaces everybody, and he knows how to outpace you. The best thing with fighting, one of the best skills in fighting professional fights like they do, is understanding your energy and stamina and making it to the end. So it's not giving it your all the first and second round so that you don't have anything for the third, fourth. You have to pace yourself, and you have to know how to go in and go out, and keep your heart rate down. Don't let your heart rate go up too high. You don't want the oxygen, like in your blood and all that shit. You don't want to lose the oxygen and start losing your breath, start slowing down. You don't want to do that. So in order to not do that, you have to pace yourself. And that's tough to do in a fight. It's very tough to do because it's easy to clench, right? Which takes effort, right? And you can only clench for so long before your body wants to collapse. So Diaz is a fucking like a pro at that. Like he's so good at stamina and knowing how to turn it off and pace himself so that like he can literally build it up again, while also being so relentless to you that you don't ever have a chance to. That's kind of his skill set, is literally the Stockton slap. That's hilarious. That's literally what he does. It's almost like he presses you. So like when you're trying to take a break, that's when he presses you, right? He'll press you when you want to take a break. Like when you're kind of pacing yourself and he'll see you pacing yourself, that's when he'll start fucking with you. But then he'll slow down and he'll kind of pace himself and allow you to just throw all kinds of swings while he's trying to dodge them. Right. And you know what I mean? So he's really good at that, where he's wearing you down, but he's, staying, reserved. Lost, but still made Jake Paul look like an ass. Yeah. I don't even think he didn't lose. He did not lose that fight. I don't care what anybody says. I think if you looked at the numbers, I would say, yeah, he lost the fight. But if you looked at it as a fight, he won the fight. And what I mean is that, one, if this wasn't a boxing match, he would have just murdered him. But aside from that, throw that away. If they would have just kept going, he would have won. So yeah, you got to go off of what you've seen. You got to go off of the fight. So Jake won because he won the majority of the rounds in the beginning, and then Nate won the end ones. So, but I think that says a lot, though. You know what I mean? How many more do you think he could have went? Because Nate would have just kept going forever. I'm glad you made it out of your young life. Believe me, the knife community saved me too. Fuck drugs. Yeah, drugs can definitely do you. And I was definitely doing a lot more than that. So yeah, it's definitely a blessing to be living another life. one that I never thought I would. Who thinks Nate was paid to lose? Definitely not. I don't think he would have taken that. He's a warrior, man. That guy, I guarantee he wouldn't take that. He's such a warrior. He would tell you to go fuck yourself. He's not going to lose a fight on purpose. Not to him, not to Jake, not to anybody, let alone Jake. Now, like I said, in my heart, he won. The fact that he's an older, he's not even a boxer. The fact he's not a boxer, he's older, retired. Is he retired? Maybe not. I think he's retired. Yeah, because he came back, whatever. Anyways, older, retired, not a boxer, and still was winning the end rounds after like 8 rounds or whatever it was, 6 or 8 rounds, whatever the fuck it was. He won. He won that fucking fight. I don't care what anybody says. But if that would have been any other type of fight, like if it would have been, if kicking was allowed, he'd be fucked. If grappling was allowed, obviously he'd be fucked. Jared, when did you quit smoking and how did you do it? I did it by doing vaping. So I originally tried vaping other vapes and then none of them worked, man. None of them worked. I was really bad though with smoking. Like I was on another level of bad. So when I do stuff, I go all the fucking way. I'm not half-assing the shit at all. I was smoking fucking 3 packs a day, all night long in my sleep, smoking, waking up to fucking smoke. Like I literally couldn't sleep without smoking once an hour, because I had such an overload of nicotine in my system that I couldn't sleep past 1 hour without waking up and smoking a cigarette. And it got really bad. And what saved me was I couldn't smoke in my house no more. Where I was living was non-smoking. So I was forced to go outside to smoke, which was fine. I'd get up all night long. Every hour, I'm fucking outside smoking. I don't give a fuck. Middle of winter, fuck yeah, I love it. Give me another cigarette. But once I got the Juuls, the vapes, I was able to lay in bed and vape. And it made it to where I didn't have to get up and go outside at night. Then eventually that turned into, well, why would I go outside? I was vape. Because, you know, in the winter here, it can get cold. So that's what basically did it. And then eventually I was like, I don't even need cigarettes anymore because I got so used to it and I did really well. So I've been using the Juuls ever since. They kind of saved my life, to be honest. Palmer says, the good old days. Well, thank you, country. We'd always do a live on Wednesdays. Wednesday night live, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. The next one will be Saturday. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Good talk. Yeah, I love the Juul too, man. I would like to use a different service or whatever you want to call it, a different system now. I did try they're called SINs, I think. SYNs. They're like the pouches. I got some in the other room. I've tried a few packs of those. I thought about trying to transition over to those. It's tough though, because this is smoking. That's just a, you know, like kind of like, it's not tobacco. It's literally a pouch that you can swallow this stuff. It just tastes like mint, but it's filled with nicotine. It works. It's good, but it doesn't the habit of hand to mouth. So we'll see how it goes. I will, Jamias, 5 months sober myself. Good for you, man. Accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Absolutely. Absolutely. Todd says, me and you both, Jared, a couple packs a day, was buying them 10 cartons at a time. Yeah, man. Fucking, I was bad, man. So bad. Like, I mean, just like damn near chain smoking, literally. And there were a lot of times I was absolutely chain smoking, and not like I chain smoked for a night or a week or a month. Talking about like 2 years of fucking, like probably more than that, because I started smoking when I was like 13. And I had smoked earlier than that. So I started smoking when I was a real little kid, but it wasn't like smoking because, you know, you're a kid. But, you know, you'd grab your parents' cigarettes and shit. My dad would give me his cigarettes and tell me to go light it on the stove. You know, he's like, hey, go light the cigarette for me, boy. And I'd go over there to the stove, turn the stove on. He'd be like, hey, make sure you're puffing on it. Make sure you're puffing on it, otherwise it won't light. He's like, puff on that motherfucker. Make sure you're inhaling it. So I was smoking at a real young age. But so by the time I was like 13, I started actually like really smoking, where I was getting my own packs and things like that. And I smoked all the way up until I started vaping a few years ago. So I haven't been smoking cigarettes for a few years though. I'll smoke them every once in a while, like I'm with the family. I'll puff on a cigarette, but I never carry it. Like I never keep going or anything like that. I'll just, and just like a cigar. Like if I have a chance to smoke a cigar, I love cigars. I'll smoke a cigar, but I won't sit there and continue smoking them like all day every day. Me to 13 as well. 3 packs a day for 10 years. Started 2 a day at 16. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, I was smoking, a pack a day probably up until I was 20. When I turned 20, I was probably like 18, between 18 and 20. I probably started smoking about a pack and a half to 2 packs. By my mid 20s, I was smoking, probably 2 packs. And then very soon after that, I was up to 3. Yeah, it was bad. Good for you on the edge. Good for anybody who can, and anybody who's still smoking, man. Try vapes, man. It actually does work, and you'd be surprised how much shit changes. Like my taste came back. I can smell things again. I can actually smell what cigarettes smell like now, and everything else. And your lungs feel better. You have more stamina. Like everything changes when you start vaping. I'm not saying this doesn't have its problems too, but it's nowhere near. I think they when you look at the things, it's like 95% better or something like that. That's what I was doing. I was literally, when I tried vaping, I was smoking and vaping at the same time. But these ones actually worked. You got to figure out a way to prevent yourself from being able to like do the one somehow. Like mine was the winter and not wanting to go outside. So if since I could just do this, it would subdue it enough to where I didn't have to go outside in the freezing cold, put on shoes and shit like that, which made it a lot easier. All right, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate all the support tonight. Don't forget to check out that GoFundMe in the description for CHUCKIT. He's a truck driver and good dude. Met up with him a couple times. Awesome guy. He's in a fucked up place right now, and he's not going to be back in action for a little while. He could definitely use all the help he can get right now, so he can get back up on his feet. And because you guys know, man, as a man, working man, you got so many days, man. You got so many days. That's it. How many days can you last off of work, right? You ain't got that many. Like we don't get the privileges of, like I'm not trying to say they're all privileged, but I'm just saying we don't get women privileges. As men, we die in the fucking dirt. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, show him some love. Let's help him get back on his feet. So, it's not too painful for him, in the downtime. And I think it's awesome to have people around you that can help you do that. I love you guys. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time. Peace.